So we've got boxes here. We obviously have glue.
Carlos Nelson is the president of the Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation. During the last 10 years, his organization has helped raise $5 million in private funds to help 5 elementary schools on Chicago's South Side.
Instead of us allowing the schools to flounder as underperforming schools, we've decided to find private partners, foundations, and other funders, corporate partners as well, to rally resources to invest in the kids, their families, and the teachers.
This school year alone, CPS officials slashed $46 million from public schools' budgets as they scrambled to fill the $467 million hole left in the district's finances by the budget deadlock in Springfield. Nelson says the cuts have intensified the need for basic tools in neighborhood schools.
The need for supplies is pretty dire. In fact, here in our office, we've gathered scores of boxes of supplies that are going to the school, and these supplies extend, pencils, paper, books.
Sarah Karp, WBEZ Radio's education reporter, says without revenue sources, CPS has tried to borrow its way out of debt.
It's pretty bad. So think of it like this. Chicago Public Schools right now is $9 billion in debt. And over the next month or so, the school district is going to go out and try and borrow $900 million more.
The borrowing plan includes Mayor Emanuel's proposal to get $389 million as a short-term loan backed by payments the state owes CPS.
It's a short-term solution for a short-term problem created consciously, woefully by the governor in a situation to create political pressure.
But borrowing could come at a hefty price because the district's junk bond rating means the school system must pay much higher interest rates.
It's expected that they will be paying a pretty high interest rate. Legally, they can't pay more than 9%.
Ted Dabrowski, Vice President of Policy at the Illinois Policy Institute, says taking on more debt is only putting a Band-Aid on a much bigger problem.
CPS is bankrupt. CPS is in huge trouble. The fact that they're taking payday loans just to make ends meet describes the problem. Yes, they want to blame the state for it. The state's not helping, but that's not the fundamental problem. The fundamental problem is that Daley and Rahm Emanuel never wanted to take on the contract costs and the number of schools they have, the amount of debt the school district has. They've tried to paper over it, and now they can't.
One of the district's heftiest financial obligations is to the Chicago Teachers Pension Fund. CPS must pay $721 million for teacher pensions by the end of this month. Karp explains poor management by the past administration left CPS trying to catch up with this debt.
Mayor Daley, the past mayor, he, for years and years and years and years, did not want to raise taxes. And one of the things that he did is instead of paying into the teacher's pension, he didn't do that. And so he used borrowing and not paying into the teacher's pension as money in order to keep the schools sort of afloat. But now all that's catching up to us.
Experts warn CPS may be left with few solutions to survive this crisis, and all of them are politically unpopular.
Borrowing and then raise taxes. Those are really the only two things that the school district can do. The amount that the school district could cut in order to make up this deficit is very small, probably.
There are billions of dollars trapped in the bureaucracy of Illinois education. Billions are trapped in pensions. Pensions are out of control. And if we don't fix pensions, nothing really matters.
As the debate rages, Nelson and his organization will continue to provide much-needed help to Chicago's public schools.
It's sad that a community-based organization has to rally resources to do enrichment programs and math and reading literacy programs when one would think that the public education system would provide those same services.